name is Jordan Duran.
You doing headphones or no
His
headphones?
name is Jordan Duran. I don't know. Headphones, no headphones.
I don't know.
No headphones. I don't need it.
It's kind of different
But
now.
we're looking into the camera, so.
Oh.
What's up, peeps?
All right, guys, welcome to Jordan and Matthew. Oh, God. Guys, welcome to Kathy and Susie's Kids. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Matthew.
What's up, Matt?
What's up, dude?
How's the hunting going?
Dude, hunting sucks. I don't think I'm a bow hunter. I don't think I am. I don't think I want to be.
Why do you say this?
I gave it a good old-fashioned go. You know, I tried it a while back, and then I tried it again, and it's just hot, and there's bugs. And whenever you do see things, they have to be close in order for you to shoot them. They can't be far away. So I think rifle season and gun season starts in like 2-3 weeks. So I'll give it a go back then. So
Did you like target practice? Was it your shooting abilities?
no. I didn't even let one fly, as they say in the bow hunting community.
Come on, you didn't Robin Hood it at all.
No, I did shoot one the first day we were there. Not a deer, but just an arrow, and I lost it because I shot it at a target and didn't have anything behind it, like an idiot, and it went to the ground. So then I went and bought a whole box of arrows, and then I was convinced that I was just gonna start letting them fly, but I didn't see anything close enough to shoot. So
Like you send these videos of you sitting in a tree, and it just doesn't look like the image in my head of like you, Kevin Costner, shooting bows.
no, it wasn't that. You know what it was? It was me reading and I guess meditating and pretty much preparing myself for the next few months.
So you read?
Yeah, I read.
What are you reading?
How to write plots
For the cartoon?
for the cartoon. How to do plot work. How to do scenes and step ups, and to introduce the introduction and the payoff and the delivery. Man, it's
Really?
I learned so much on this stuff. So yeah, I kind of indulged in that. So maybe there was a deer that walked out close enough for me to shoot, and I was just so deep off into that I wasn't paying attention.
Who'd you go with?
Me and our buddy Joe Williams, one of
Right
our
on.
Line 5 brothers.
Love Joe Williams is one of the best.
Yeah, Joe. Shout out Joe Williams.
He wears a last. You know, he wore 2 astronaut costumes. One was white, one was silver. Right?
I think he got a promotion.
I'm serious. Like I was like, Josh. Wait, not Josh. Sorry, Joe. And shout out to Josh Covacevich.
That's Joe's cousin.
They're cousins?
Yeah, they're first cousins.
I didn't know that. I'm
Yeah.
learning new things right now.
Yeah, man. Good people. So their grandfather is Jack Covacevich. They used to own the Covacevich shipbuilding. They built old school wooden luggers like for oyster boats way back in the day.
What?
And then they started to do like these chandelier boats that were like they take a bunch of people out there
Uh-huh.
to do charters, and then they started to get into the bigger game and did the like tugboats, or not tugboats, but like the fuel boats and the supply boats that run out to the rig. So they've
Like
even
how big we talking? Like 60 feet, 100?
60 feet, 100
Okay.
feet, 120 feet.
I see them chandelier boats. So they probably made one of them.
Yeah, they made all of them. They're called the Covacevich Yachts, and if you pull it up, it's pretty interesting.
You know, and they had to do it. They mold out wood. I mean, it was all done in
Yeah,
wood.
most of it's all wood. So like 90% of them, I think, are wood.
How
And
big
it
was
wasn't
that
until
mold is what I want to know. Like, how big was the warehouse and how big was that mold to make
it's
that
down it's down on the point, or it used to be down on the point.
by the IP and all that?
No, it's on the bay side, kind of over by where my Uncle Richard's factory was.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how far back that family goes into the game. But me and Joe went. Me and Joe got there. We left on Friday. I woke up at like maybe 5:30 in the morning and drove up. That way we could hunt that afternoon.
Couple Folgers?
No, I don't drink coffee.
Okay.
Coca-Cola.
There you go.
That's
All
my
right.
caffeine.
And
That's my
so y'all
guilty
went at
pleasure.
5:36 and then
Yeah, drove. So we got there probably around, I don't know, noonish, and we got on the Ranger and we went and drove around and we checked some cameras that we had set up, and we had some good deer on camera. Had a bobcat on camera.
now you got to kind of give me like the insight because you know I don't hunt, so I'm
Yeah.
trying to imagine. So guessing like, are they digital kind of cameras, or y'all gonna have to go check
so,
cameras?
So what they are, it is a motion censored tree camera, and you put this on a tree.
Okay.
Okay, and then you find where you think you got some good traffic. You can normally see footprints on the ground, or you can see like marks in kind of the pine straw or the trees, like where they've been running or past.
What?
And
That's sick.
that's where you put this
That's
camera.
sick.
So every time something sets off that motion sensor on that camera, it snaps a screenshot of it.
But so it stays on the camera. It doesn't send you a notification.
Correct. They have them now that do.
Yeah, because we had the
They're direct
this is just a
live
dad
feed.
thing. It's they don't. This company went out of business. Is on Target was Cocoon Cams, and that camera.
Wait, it's what?
It's called the Cocoon Cam.
Cocoon cam. Okay.
And what it did was it'd be synced to my phone, and like say Oliver was laying down,
Yeah.
like it would measure his heartbeat, breathing. Dude, it would make videos like daily videos of like swaddle. They call the swaddle videos. So it showed like a time lapse, and it all did it through this app. So anytime like he would cry though or make a motion, my phone would go off,
would
and that's what it
notify you.
reminded me of.
So that's kind of the same premise. Nowadays they have them that it sends it directly to you. You got to pay for like a monthly subscription, like I think it's $15 a month, and it sends it straight to your phone right whenever you get it. And we've got that actually up there at the camp. Kyle's got one out there. Joe just bought another one. But we've got probably like 10 or 11 cameras out. And they require you to put a SIM card in it, and then whenever you get back and you check it, let it go for a few days, and you go back and you pull that SIM card. You just swap that SIM card out, so you always have a SIM card in it.
It's kind of tough though. Y'all live a little further.
5.5 hours.
5.5 hours.
So sometimes we'll get people to check our cameras, and sometimes one of us will be able to go up and somebody else won't. So we always just try to keep a fresh card in each camera. But we got some good bucks on camera. We got some turkeys on camera. We got some raccoons on camera. Some bobcats and pigs. A good smorgasbord. So, plan is now we can shoot some of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't give up because it just didn't happen for the bow season.
No. Bow
Did
season.
you have any face paint on? That's what I want to know. Are
did.
you like
Oh,
Ultimate
yeah,
Warrior face paint?
Absolutely, I had face paint.
Like
on.
who paints your face?
I
Did
paint
you
my
do it or
face.
did Joe paint your face?
Me and Joe and I would never paint each other's faces. But no, there was face paint involved for sure.
I'm thinking like get up in the morning and it's just like like the
I normally
program.
wait till I get in the stand before I paint my face.
Really?
But I only paint my face if it's out in the open. Like if I'm in a stand that is making my face.
I think that's why I would probably want to learn how to hunt is because I can
Just so you can face
do my
paint?
own face paint. Yeah, like I want to go straight Ultimate Warrior.
Well, you want it to be camouflage.
It's
so-
gonna be camouflage.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually
And
not a bad.
deer are colorblind, right?
Yeah, they are. So you want the breakup is really what you want. You don't want anything that's a solid color.
No,
You
I'm
can
just gonna
typically
watch.
see that.
What was it? 1990. It's somewhere on there. The first Predator, late 80s, early 90s. I think it was.
First Predator was Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, they had that
Yeah,
face
yeah,
paint.
yeah. Jesse the Body. That's what I got. That face paint. You want me to bring some, and we can kind of do.
I need to learn how to hunt.
It's really easy. You just sit there very quietly until something walks out. All right, so I do have some cool footage. I think I've got some cool footage of a bobcat walking out, and I made the mental decision not to shoot the bobcat. But I went and bought a. It's kind of like this actually.
So wait a minute, you let the bobcat go?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've got 2 of them in my freezer already.
Okay. Truth comes out, guys. He just did.
I know it was right. It was right before dark, and I was like, I want to shoot a deer. I don't want to waste my only shot with this crossbow on this, and I wouldn't have been able to reload it or anything. But I bought one of these arm things that you hook into the tree. It sits behind you, and I put the camera on it. So whenever I'm in the stand now, I have the ability to.
Oh snap! So you got some good footage.
I think. I mean, I didn't see much, but I got the opportunity to get some good footage. Now, at one point, I was on the last hunt, so it was Sunday night. I saw a bobcat come running out at probably about 5 o'clock. But I made a 40-minute long video, so it's somewhere in that 40-minute long video. I tried to watch it on the little screen on the camera and see if I could find where it was, but I couldn't. But I need to blow it up. And, on these cameras, you could take that bottom right corner and make it the whole screen if you want to. And that's what I'm going to have to do.
I'm shocked you didn't drop it.
No, I made sure it was secured, man.
I dropped the camera we're on right now. All I did was break the glass. I need to put the cage on. They sell cages for them.
I was looking at cages yesterday.
Small rigs only.
Is that supposed to
small rigs only?
Stop it from breaking? Is that all?
I mean, it supports it, but I mean, at the end of the day, you're still dropping a camera. For me, this was an accident.
I hope they all are.
And it kind of cracked the bezel of the monitor, not the full monitor, but we use an external monitor called was it a Tommo? I don't know.
Tom.
Yeah,
It looks like a
whatever
Tom.
It is. It looks like a Tom. But we're on that monitor right now. But yeah, it's good to have when you do take the cameras. It's real good to have a cage on it.
Oh, no doubt.
Because what it does, I mean, it really.
Well, I was transporting mine in and out of my hunting bag, and I had it in a Crown Royal bag.
And why I said small rigs is because they're the cage. Like I bought a cage before, and it was like huge. And then small rig makes it for the camera so it fits around.
What does the cage allow? Is that like where you screw all your attachments into it?
Yeah.
So it's like an AR, like the railing.
But it's smooth. It's like a smooth metal, like.
Oh, I've seen them, yeah.
It flows, but you've seen it on there before.
I've seen it on other cameras. I've been indulging into that, I guess, search bar.
Yeah, we did. And then that was a great thing too. Is like I was doing Shandy the other day.
Yeah, how was that?
Yeah, I did some. Our first day of footage from shooting beer with Katie. She's the new head brewer over at Chandelier Brewing. And we had fun. I mean, she worked hard, but I was straight,
On point.
Yeah, on point. I mean.
Are you learning as you go?
I'm always learning.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
No matter what, I'm not like. But I mean, I shot the thing in manual, and I mean, I'm down with my ISOs, my color grades, how I feel. But I mean, every time I pick up a camera, I'm learning something new about the camera, and that's what pushes me to keep filming. So it was fun. I did like 3 or 4 hours, and she texted me she texted me and she was like, I had a blast, and it's because a person, and this, it's not comfortable to be on camera.
No.
So for her, it was like, how, and I'm like, no, we're gonna break this in. The first day we're gonna shoot about your love for it, and then we'll focus on shooting you. But when you get behind a camera and the lights are on, it is. You're not at first. You're not going to be yourself. Even now, you're still learning that. So in cameras, any kind of film stuff, it's very awkward because, me and what you've learned is, you could have not the right settings and you could mess up that shot that you wanted to capture. And you've done it.
I've done it.
Yeah, but it's a learning curve.
It is. And that's the best way to learn.
Like your new shot. I like the looking down the road.
That's pretty dope, wasn't it?
That was a really good shot.
So it's growing on me. So I'm driving back in from the camp, and I had hunted all day. And I was coming in to eat lunch, and I was going to go hunt that afternoon. But I was driving the truck. And as I'm looking down that road, I just realized that it's so solace and like peaceful and quiet. And I was like, man, I got to have a picture of this.
It could have been it can be probably one of our albums when we start a band.
Oh, I think so too.
That's an album cover.
But I had, so I'll go up to the camp, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I really want to go get a shot. But the four-wheeler was out of gas. And I didn't want to park the truck on the side of the road. So I ended up going and getting a gas can, putting gas in it, put it in the four-wheeler, driving the four-wheeler down there. And then as soon as I get down there, cars start coming. And I'm just like, oh, what the hell? Like, of course. I'm committed because this driveway is 300-400 yards long to the camp. So I'm sitting there, and every time, one car would get all the way almost out of the line of sight, another one would come. And I'm like, man, this road has been empty all day. And the time I want to take this picture, all these cars are just flying by. Is it meant to be? Finally, they leave. And I'm sitting there, and I'm waiting on the last one, and I can see them, getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, I've done that a few times.
And I was like, all right, now's my chance. I got to hurry up. So I lay down on the ground, and I take some pictures laying down. And I slowly, get up, and I slowly stand up, and I'm still taking pictures. And I was thinking the ground shot was the shot that I wanted. And but I go back and I look at it, and there's a rock sitting right to the left of where I took it, and I was like, okay, this is gonna go one of two ways, and I still have the shot, but I was like, the rock can symbolize the imperfection of the shot, and I could be artsy fartsy with it and tell myself that's what I want, or I could keep looking at the shots that I took as I gradually stood up, and then I looked at them and I saw the one that.
But at that moment, you can't just. If you're that person that grabs the camera and takes that one shot. And I get this all the time. You're that person that gets the camera and takes that one shot and walks away. I don't. No,
I probably took 10 different ones. But
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Like that's reality. I mean,
and I'm glad I did because the one I got ended up being way better than the one I'm laying on the ground.
I'll shoot some of my stuff I've shot in the same spot I've shot 100 times.
I mean, that's dedication. I don't think I sat there for 100 times. I got run over by another car.
No, but I mean, you never know when you're feeling it. Like if you feel like, for me, it's like a certain shot. It's like, I'll get that shot. When I shoot people, it's a little different. I know kind of how I'm going to shoot already because, I mean, also another thing too is when you do photography, I mean, you have to have a creative mind. I mean, no doubt. Like you got to play off of things and try to capture what you feel, and that's something I've been able to always express myself with is a lens. And then the more comfortable you get with your camera, like you see me walking around. I could walk around and we could drink some beer, and I could walk around side shoot a shot
without anybody. Yeah.
And
that's what you want to do.
Because I already know that I kind of already see the image.
And I got some of those too, I think, up there. But I'm learning from you.
I'm not really looking through the monitor as much as I'm looking at, now that I know my camera a little more. It's kind of, if I see something, I kind of know
where to hold it.
Yeah, to me. And but I always try to get a few more shots. I always try to get a couple more shots. And because,
well, ultimately, I think I just need to bring you hunting with me. And then you could go higher than me in the stand, and you could be filming looking down, and we could have multiple points of this angle, or I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a work progress. But guys, we've this has been another podcast. Appreciate you hanging out.
Something about hunting.
This is one of our this is our vinyl area. This is one of the first builds of the podcast thing.
This is a think tank.
Yeah, think tank style, but it's it's kind of cool tonight. This is our first night actually doing this. Shout out to my stepdad, Scott Levenway, for building this wall and setting this up probably 2 years ago.
Looks good.
And then these chairs from Goodwill for $15 a piece. And Emily, thank you for my vinyl player. It's, I dropped some Arctic Monkeys on there, kind of thing, take it away. And it helps me create. I'm kind of glad that we've actually shot this here. And we're going to see how it comes out. But guys, stay tuned. We got a lot coming up.
Yeah. See y'all next time.